what, just the other day I came across a fascinating story in Postmedia headlined, quote, University offering course called Angry White Male Studies, end quote. The story begins, quote, the University of Kansas wants to look into the rise of the angry white male in the United States and the United Kingdom, according to reports. This course charts the rise of the angry white male in America and Britain since the 1950s, exploring the deeper sources of this emotional state while evaluating recent manifestations of male anger. The course will be taught by Christopher Forth, who is a professor of history serving in the departments of Women, Gender, and Sexuality Studies and American Studies. Forth will seek to teach, where does the angry white male come from? What's he angry about? Is his anger misplaced? Is he blaming the right people? How long has this been going on? Is he a global phenomenon? And how do we move forward? End quote. Oh, thank God a gender studies guru has found some new propaganda to peddle. But seriously, do white males have a monopoly on anger? Even if one is a hardcore leftist, does anyone really believe there are any valid statistics behind the premise that since the 1950s, white males are becoming increasingly upset? I mean, how would you even scientifically track such a phenomenon in the first place? Or maybe this nutty professor at the U of K is basing his perverse premise on pop culture. After all, the course description features a photo of Brad Pitt from Fight Club. Maybe Professor Forth's source material is, I don't know, the Internet Movie Database? If that's the case, well, yeah, I have to admit there is indeed plenty of fodder when it comes to angry white males. For starters, take it away, Dr. Banner.
Talbot. Yeah? You're making me angry. Oh, am I?
Judges, can we have a ruling here? Namely, folks, if a white man turns into a green man due to his anger issues, is he truly 100% Caucasian? Next up, how about that grumpy white music teacher who completely lost it with Jerry Lewis in The Patsy?
Diaphragmatic breathing with greater volume from the chest, like this.
Yeah, folks, that's me at the local coffee shop whenever they screw up my order. And lest we forget the Michael Douglas rant in Falling Down after he deemed he was being ripped off at a convenience store.
Package of 6, how much?
$1.12.
Oh! Too much. Aspirin, price?
$3.40.
Please.
One final clip, this time from the superb SCTV, in which angry white maleness is actually monetized. Here, check out Rent a Retort.
At Rent a Retort, we provide you with professionals who will win your next argument with the speed and control of a highly trained specialist.
What are you doing in my living room?
You ugly scab! How dare you come down on this man, this saint, this man who happens to be good with figures, but a man who has provided for you and given you life, and you just sit around the house, you fat, ugly cow!
Now, call me a racist if you must, but I could use a guy like that sometimes, especially when covering leftist protests. But undeniably, there's a growing acceptance that being anti-white is good, not bad. Do you recall our interview last month with McMaster University student Tyler Henderson? Check this out. So tell me, Tyler, your professor had an issue with you because you are a white male. Why would that be?
So at the start of the semester, they did the preamble regarding safe space. And after the class, I stayed back behind to talk to the professor about it. And that's when she said that she didn't want white men to participate in her class. She went on to describe to me as to why was because of it being a safe space for other people, and how if someone like me shares, that it would no longer be a safe space.
Fascinating. So a white male student speaking in a classroom turns the classroom into an unsafe space, as if the classroom is now afflicted by a downed electrical wire or the presence of a rabid pit bull? Really? It's incredible how an institution such as McMaster University states that it is committed to promoting diversity on one hand, while on the other hand allows a professor to embrace selective racism and sexism.
What you just saw was an excerpt from my nightly show, the Ezra Levant Show. Every weekday I do a monologue. Usually it's about half an hour. Then I interview an interesting guest, and then we read my hate mail or my fan mail, whichever is more fun. It's only available behind a paywall, though. That's how we pay our bills here at Rebel News. We don't take a dime from Justin Trudeau. But the good news is it's only $8 a month, about half the price of Netflix. And in addition to my nightly show, you also get weekly shows from 4 other friends here at Rebel News. So you're getting 36 shows a month just for $8. I think it's worth it. And even if you're not quite sure, do it anyways, because we rely on viewers like you to keep us free and independent. I promise you I'll never take a dime from Trudeau. Just go to rebelnewsplus.com and click subscribe. Thanks.